Hi there everyone, hope you're all keeping well and welcome to week 7 of the live stream lessons. Right, so just catching up on a couple of things from last time. So obviously for those of you watching again, thank you very much for that. And today we're going to go back over a couple of the exercises that we started last week. So exercises 13 and 14. We're going to start also with the 5-note recap, just use that as a bit of a warm-up and just to kind of get the fingers moving and that kind of thing. And then we'll just look at a couple of new exercises and just move things forward a little bit further. As always, if you have emails on or other social media or whatever, best to turn those off just so we get sort of dedicated time really. I think I've definitely mentioned it before, there's always a bit of a delay between what I say and when you actually see it. So if you do ask a question, obviously do fire away. It might just take a few seconds before that comes through. Basically ask as many questions as you like. It'd be really interesting to get some feedback on how things are going, particularly for anybody, for everybody who's taken part so far. What exercises have you found easier or difficult, or am I going at a good speed, or would you prefer if it was a bit slower, a bit faster, that kind of thing. It's all good information. So, okay. So, without further ado, let's first of all check the tuning. So I'll play the notes. So hopefully you should your strings, hopefully you've tuned them already, and they should sound something like this. So starting with our bottom E string, got if your strings sound any different, just tune it up or down until it sounds the same. So this is our A. And then D. And then G. B, and then our top E string. Okay, so hopefully we're all in tune, and we are going to start off with the 5-note recap. So this is looking at page 13 in the book. So we have our notes G, A, B, C, and E. I'm just going to bring up the page here just so we can have a quick look at it. So on the 5-note recap, hang on, I'm on the wrong page, sorry. When we're looking here, if you see the 3 in a circle or string in a ring, so that is our 3rd string. So we know G is the open string, so we've got the 0 there. A is the 2nd fret. This dotted line is just telling us that both those notes are on the 3rd string. As we come on to the next one, we've got the B and the C, string in a ring, 2 in a circle, so that's 2nd string, the open, and then the 1st fret, so that's our B and our C. Then this one, we've only got one note on E, on the top E string, sorry, which is the note E. So we don't have any line coming off to the side of it because it's just one note that's written there. So let's try that together then. So after 4, we're going to start on the G, we're going to count 2 after each note, and we're going to play it forwards and backwards, repeating that final note, the E, so we'll do that twice. And just see if you can say the note names out loud as you go. Okay, so after 4, let's say 3, 4, and G, 2, A, 2, B, 2, C, 2, and then E, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go again in reverse. E, 2, C, 2, B, 2, A, 2, G, 2, 3, 4. Good. So hopefully that was okay. It's always good to sort of get a feel for where the notes are like not just on the stave, but where they're on the guitar itself. Knowing the fretboard, like all the notes and everything, is just something. It's invaluable. It's going to help everything you do on guitar. So it's definitely something you want to try and get to grips with. As I suggested last time, try shutting the book and play it. Same kind of thing. So we're not going to do that now, but that's something that's worth doing as well, just at home in your own time. So okay, so we are going to move on to the so I'm going to recap actually the exercises from last week. So we're going to start off with number 13, which is the Gypsy Prince. So things to watch out for here. Obviously we've got the 2 lines of music with the repeat sign. So once we get to the end of the second line, we go back to the beginning and play it again. The first line we're going to try and play a little bit louder than the second line, and then the second line in bars 6 and 7 we try and pick the volume up a bit. So it's loud on first line, soft, and then gradually louder, and then we stay loud at the end, and then we do the repeat. So let's give it a go. I will say the note names and count the numbers and things as we go through. Twos anyway, so we know we've got the minims and things going on. So good luck everybody, and let's try it after 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, a bit quieter. 2. We're going to start getting a bit louder here. Back to beginnings. 3, 4, and nice and loud. 2, C, B, B, C, C, E, C, 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 B, 2. And quieter on the E, C. B is going to start getting louder. E, E, C, B, C. 2, 3, 4, and we stop. So, as usual, if that all went well and you played along and everything was all good, then please do give yourselves a pat on the back and well done. And we're going to move on to number 14 on track. So number 14, there wasn't really anything particularly new about this one. It's just kind of another exercise just to sort of keep us working on the notes, recognising them, finding out where they are on the fretboard and that kind of thing. So the only thing perhaps to watch out for would be the quavers on the second line in bar 6. That aside, hopefully the rest of it's okay. We've got the repeat marks as well, so we'll play the whole thing twice. So I'll count you in again, and good luck, see how we get on. So after 4, okay, so starting on the G, so 1, 2, 3, 4, G, G, A, B, C, 2, C, 2, E, E, C, B, A, 2, A, 2, B, C, B, C, E, 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 2, B, E, C, B, C. Back to beginnings. 3, 4. G, G, A, B, C, 2, C, 2, E, E, C, B, A, 2, A, 2, B, C, B, C, E, 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 B, C, B, C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. And obviously beneath that we've got the 5-note recap, which we've already talked about. There's a section to add some notes, so if you've got anything you want to just jot down, you know, the book is there for you basically. So scribble away as much or as little as you want to. I've seen some books people like just scribble all sorts of stuff in there. Anything that helps them remember is all good. I've seen other books where people hardly write anything in, you know, because it just feels cluttered and stuff like that to them. So whatever works. But let's move on then. So obviously, unless you've got any questions, then please do fire away. But yeah, let's turn the page. We're going to move on to exercise 15. So if I just have a quick look at the document. So when we're looking at this one here, as the title at the top suggests, we've got 3 beats in the bar. So this 3/4 time signature here. In fact, yeah, hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to quickly change the size of the mouse just to make that a bit more visible. So apologies for not doing this sooner. So yeah, so we've got our 3/4 time signature here. And if we want a note to last for 3 beats in the bar, we're going to have this thing called a dotted minim. So a minim lasts for 2 beats usually, and when we add the dot to it, it adds half the note value again. So if a minim is 2, half of 2 is 1, and therefore 2 plus 1 becomes 3. So that dotted minim is now worth 3 beats. So when we play it, if I just shut that down a second. So when we play that note, let's say the first note of exercise 15, which is the note C, we play it, which is beat 1. So that's 1, and then we count 2, 3. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. One other thing I've seen people do before, which you want to try and avoid doing, because it's incorrect, basically, is to play the note and then go 1, 2, 3. So we're playing on beat 1. So that's something perhaps just to you know, sort of be aware of. Excuse me. So the other sort of pitfalls that can happen with 3/4 timing is that because we've played everything with 4 beats in the bar, it's quite easy to have that 4 beats in a bar mindset. And so, for example, at the end of the second bar, so we're going to play the notes G, A, B, and then into the third bar would be C. It's quite easy to put a little pause in after that final beat of bar 2. So it would sound a bit like this. Little pause, almost like where you're expecting that 4th beat to be. So we just want to try and avoid that. We're just counting to 3s all the time. 3/4 time is also sometimes called waltz timing. So for any of you Strictly Come Dancing fans, you may have seen people dancing waltzes and things like that. It's always 3 beats to the bar. So another useless bit of information perhaps for you there. But yeah. So let me play to you then number 15. And I'm going to count the numbers through first time. We've got the repeat mark at the end. And the second time, I'll say the note names as well. So, okay, so after 3 this time, so I count 1, 2, 3, and then we come in. So feel free to join in at home if you want. Otherwise, just have a listen and try and get a gauge of what's going on. So, okay, so here we go. So 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back to the beginning. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's our tune. We haven't got any dynamics or anything like that to be thinking about, so we just want to try and keep that as steady as possible. So I'll play it one more time, and this time I'll just say the note names. So again, after 3, feel free to join in if you can. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, and C, 2, 3, G, A, B, C, G, G, 2, 3, D, C, B, A, 8, G, G, 2, 3, and back to the beginning. 3, G, A, B, C, G, G, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, C, B, A, 2, 3, G, 2, 3. Okay, good stuff. So I'll pop the track on and just point at the music as we're going through so you can get a feel for how this is going to sound if you practice along with the track. Here we go. Okay, cool. So that is the next one we're having a go at. So number 15. So best of luck with that one, and we're going to move on to number 16 now. So Fairground. So this one is also in 3/4. This might actually be the longest tune in the book, possibly. So it's 16 bars with a repeat. I'll demonstrate it now. I'll do the repeat, I think. So I'll say the notes. Well, I'll count the timing first, and then do the notes the second time round, and just to kind of give you a feel for what's going on. So in terms of things to look out for, again, we haven't got any dynamics or anything like that. We do have some quavers, so they still are sort of they're half beat notes. So for example, in the first bar, we're going to go for B, and then that kind of timing. So we could count 1, 2, and 3, or we could go T, coffee, T, whatever you prefer. I will probably just do a bit of a mix of terms and things as we go through, so letters, numbers, and teas and coffees and things like that. So hopefully you get a feel for everything that's going on. So other than that, I don't think there's anything else in there that's particularly new, or hopefully nothing too daunting. It's just a bit longer. So so good luck with it, everybody, and I'll count us in after 3, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. B, 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 C, 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 B, 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 A, 2, 3. A, 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 G, A, B, 2, B, B, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, G, 2, G, B, A, B, C, 2, 3, B, 2, B, B, C, B, A, C, B, G, 2, 3, and T, coffee, T, 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 coffee, T, T, 2, 3, T, coffee, T, 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 2, T, T, 2, 3, Okay, so that's it on that particular one. I'll press play. Hopefully that's useful. If you just tune in to watch the second half, that might seem a bit strange because it's me saying tea and coffee all the time, but at least it hopefully helps with the timing. So, okay, so let's have a listen to the track. And again, I'll just sort of use the mouse cursor to sort of point where we are in the music. So, I hope you enjoy this one, and here we go. Okay, cool. So that is number 16. One other thing, I can't remember if I've mentioned this before or not, but the stems coming off the notes can go up or down. For the purposes of where we're at the moment, they can go either way, and it doesn't change the timing or the meaning or anything like that. It's just kind of what the program decides when you write these things out, like what looks best, I think. So typically the lower notes, the stems go up, and the higher notes, they go down. Yeah, basically I just wanted to make that clear that it's not, there's nothing else going on there. It's, you just read them as the same, whether they're up or down. So, okay, cool. So let's move on and have a look at the next page, so page 15. So we have a new note D to think about. So I'll just bring that up on the screen, and so this is our note here, D. So when that note sits on the second line from the top, when it goes through that line, that is D, that's always D, and that is the second string at the third fret, and we're going to use our third finger. So how we play that then, so the second string is our B string, and we're going to come to the third fret, and we're going to use our third finger. Remember, we want, rather than being this side of it, kind of the headstock side of the guitar, we want to be over this side, kind of like the main body side. That gives us the cleanest kind of sounds. You can hear, like, if you go over this side, it's not very clean. You can get it, but you have to put a lot more pressure into it. So yeah, come over to the right hand side of the fret, and that should be nice and clean sounding. And just so you know as well, we haven't sort of specifically said this in particular, but we're going with a sort of one finger per fret philosophy. So if you think about the early notes, playing C with our first finger at the first fret, and when we played the A, we were at the second fret and we're using the middle finger, so it kind of stands to reason then that when we go for the D at the third fret, we're going to use our third finger. And the reason being is that if we needed to play those notes in succession, then it's a lot easier to do that than do something kind of like that. So, so again, it's a good habit to get into. So one of the things to really watch out for when you're practicing is to make sure you're definitely using the right fingers. So for now, it's first fret with the first finger, second fret with the second finger, and third fret with the third finger. So, so as I said, that's our note D. So let's have a go at exercise 17. This is just changing between the notes D and B. So obviously D, third fret, B is our open string. And the only other thing, well, a couple of things to look out for actually. It's the first line we're going to go a little bit quieter. You see the P sign underneath piano, which is quiet. And then on the second line we've got F for forte, which is loud. We've got the repeat mark. We've also got the crotchet rests. So for example, in the first bar, we're starting on the note D to D rest. So we're just going to cut that sound off just by muting the string. I would just put one of the fingers on your plucking hand back down on the string, and that will cut the sound off. You might get other resonances that come out of the guitar as well, and that's all fine, you know, it's just part of the character of the guitar really. So, okay, so let me play this one to you and see how we go. So again, feel free to join in. I'll count us in and I'll say a combination of notes and numbers and things. So here we go then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So D, 2, D, rest. B, 2, B, rest. D, 2, D, rest. B, 2, 3, 4, and a bit louder. 2, D, rest. B, back to beginning, nice and quiet. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and louder. 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So on the repeat, I think when I played the second bar, I might play the first beat and I might cut the sound off by mistake. It's a minimum, it should have lasted for the full 2 beats, so apologies about that. Obviously when you're practicing, try and make sure you hold that note for the full duration. Okay, and I'm going to flip back to the music and put the backing track on so you can have a listen to how it's going to sound once you're practicing along with the demo track. So have a listen, and here we go. Okay, good stuff. So that is a good place for us to finish up today, I think. So things to practice this week then. So in terms of a warm-up, I was going to suggest we have a go at exercise 14. So that was back on page 13. So on track, exercise 14. Just use that as a hopefully one that you find reasonably straightforward, and just kind of get you back in the zone every time you go to do your practice. If you find that too difficult, just pick another one that you do find a bit easier. The warm up is as it sounds. It's just about getting the fingers moving, getting back in the zone with reading the notes, remembering where they are, and that kind of thing. So So yeah, so number 14 as the warm up. And then obviously any other exercises that you found difficult, keep going over those. The goal is obviously just to be able to play them. So, you know, we are moving on, but if you find there's some that you still haven't quite cracked, just keep going with them. But the main three then that we looked at this week were exercise 15, homewards, 16, fairgrounds, and 17, breezy boardwalk. Obviously 17's got the new note D, so you just need to be thinking about that as well. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up as usual, and if you're in a position to make a donation, that'd be greatly appreciated. The video will be put up online pretty soon, and I'll trim it down so you lose the first 10 minutes or so of the screen just saying it's going to start in a minute. And obviously next week I will send round an email with the live stream lesson link for next week. So yeah, any questions please fire away, or otherwise I will look forward to seeing you all same sort of time next Thursday. So have a great week and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.